Hi Newfield Lions, it's good to see you. I hope you had a great week. As you can see, I'm outside today. Whenever you have a chance, get outside and exercise. The exercise increases your energy and boosts your mood, but with sunlight and fresh air, it's like a double dose. So when you get a chance and the weather cooperates, try to get outside. Make sure you're always staying 6 feet away from people you don't live with, and you have an adult or an older brother and sister with you to keep you safe. So we're gonna start with a warm-up. And who remembers from last week and this whole school year, why do we warm up? Right, we warm up so we're less likely to get hurt. We don't want to get injured, and warming up helps our muscles move better. So let's get started. We're going to start with running in place. When you're running in place, you want to make sure your heels are going all the way to your gluteus maximus. Heels are all the way up. Good job. And we're going to move from running in place to tap back. So you're going to take one toe and leg and put it behind you, while putting both arms up to open up your chest area at the same time. Here we go. Switch. Good. So you should feel a stretch in your chest and in your leg. Good. Really reach that leg back. Tap your toe. Looking good, Lions. Good. And we're going to move to shoulder rolls. We're going to go forward and backward. Good. Reverse. Nice big circles. Good. Back to jumping jacks. Remember when we do jumping jacks, soldier, starfish, soldier, starfish. Good. So arms and legs go out at the same time. Good. From jumping jacks, we're going to go into leaning lunges. So when we do a leaning lunge, both toes are going to move forward. So you're just going to walk from side to side. Feeling a nice stretch the whole time moving. Good. And then we're going to pretend to jump rope. If you have a jump rope at home, go ahead and get it out. If not, an imaginary rope works just perfect. Soft knees, remember, always landing on the balls of your feet, not your heels. You go faster, more nice and easy. Good. Let's do 15 more jumps. We're doing our toe touches. Try to keep your legs straight and reach with your opposite foot. Good. 3 more at each side. Good. Let's see if we've gotten our heart rate up. So take 2 fingers, put it on the middle of your neck, move it to the side. You should be able to feel your pulse. That's how fast your heart is beating. Remember, you can also find your pulse in your wrist. All right, now that we're all warmed up, we're going to take those gymnastic shapes we practiced last week and we're going to use them in a bunch of gymnastic rolls today. When we're rolling in gymnastics, we want to make sure we're on the floor, not on a bed or any elevated surface. You want to be on the floor and you want it to be a nice soft space. So the sidewalk would not be a good fit. Grass would be okay. A rug or carpet would be a good place to practice these rolls too. Exercise is supposed to be fun, so you do not have to be perfect at these. Listen to the cues, look at the pictures, try your best. If you feel scared or nervous, save it for another day. Usually injuries occur in gymnastics when you're scared to do something. So don't push yourself today. Go ahead and listen to the cues, look at the pictures, take it in, and then at a later date, you might be ready to try it. So quick safety check, 3 things. Do you have a large enough space where you can roll sideways or forward? Number 2, are you flat on the ground with a nice soft area? And number 3, are your muscles warm? Are you ready to exercise? If you answered yes to all 3 questions, then we're ready to roll. Let's get started.
All right, we are ready to roll. The first roll we will practice today is the log roll. You're going to stay in a straight line as you roll along the floor. Start by laying on your stomach with your legs together and straight with your toes pointed. Your arms should be stretched out in front of you. Now roll onto your side. When you're on your side, your body should be in a straight line with your bottom and stomach muscles pulled in. Roll onto your back. Good. Now you're going to continue rolling from your stomach to your back with control, staying in a straight line the entire length of your space without pausing. When you get to the end of your space, try to switch directions and roll back to where you started. Go ahead and practice. As you feel confident performing this roll, you can increase the difficulty by continuing to keep your legs and arms straight, but now lift them slightly off the floor when you are rolling, so your body is rolling from an arch shape to a disc shape, the gymnastic shapes we worked on last week. By increasing the speed of this roll, you will also increase the difficulty, but remember, control is important. Go ahead and take a few seconds to work on getting your arms and legs off the floor to make those arch and disc shapes. The second roll we're going to try is the egg roll. Lay on your back, hug your knees to your chest, bring your head off the floor, and pretend to kiss your knees. Roll to your side and keep rolling. Don't let go of your knees. Once you reach the end of your space, switch directions and roll back to your starting position. Don't forget to hold on to your knees the whole time. Take a few seconds to practice this roll. All right, we are now going to practice the sideways roll. In this roll, you're going to point your leg out to the side to start and finish. Take a second to notice this in the picture. So to begin, kneel on the floor with your bottom off of your feet. Straighten one leg out to the side. You will roll in the opposite direction of this straightened leg. Now bend the knee that you are kneeling on to start the roll and lower yourself toward the ground so you roll across your back while looking up at the ceiling with both knees tucked to your chest. See that in the second little picture. Make sure to keep your arms tucked into your body. As you roll back onto your knees, you will straighten your outside leg to finish. Take a few seconds to practice that. Remember, your arms are tucked into your body and you're rolling onto your back. As you get comfortable with this roll, start to think about your arm position at the start and finish of this roll. Both arms should be straight out to your side at shoulder level to begin. Make sure they are tucked while you are rolling, and then as you finish, bring both arms back out to your side at shoulder level. Go ahead and try it again with your arms. And once again, feel free to try rolling in both directions. This roll we're going to practice is called the circle roll or the teddy bear roll. People call it the teddy bear roll because they think you look like a teddy bear when you do it. So to begin, sit on your bottom in a straddle shape. So legs are flat on the floor, spread out to each side while holding your ankles and pointing your toes. If you're having trouble reaching your ankles while keeping your legs straight, reach higher up on the lower part of your leg. You're going to keep this shape throughout. So remember, legs are straight and toes are pointed as best as you can. When you initially roll, you're going to roll onto one of your shoulders. Many times people will roll onto their back instead of their shoulder. So really focus on that first movement of rolling down to your shoulder while looking up at the ceiling. Then you will roll across your back while still looking up at the ceiling and then onto the other shoulder, and you'll end up sitting up facing the opposite direction from where you started. I think this one is really fun. Take a few seconds to practice. Remember, try to keep those legs straight the whole time and holding on. Girls and boys, you are doing great. I am so proud of how hard you are working to perform these rolls. The forward roll is the next roll we're going to practice. This roll can be a little scary for some people. So to work our way up to it, we will first practice rolling backwards and forwards in a ball. So sit on the floor in a tuck position, bring your knees up to your chest and hold your shins. You're going to keep a rounded back as you go back and then roll forward. Go ahead and try that. Roll back, use your momentum to roll forward. Try it a couple more times, keeping that rounded back, keeping your knees together. Good work. If you're feeling confident rolling back and forth, now try to use your momentum or that energy as you roll forward to stand up without using your hands. So think about keeping your feet slightly apart with your arms and hands reaching forward next to your feet, but not on the ground. Try that a couple times. Really use your momentum. This is not easy. Awesome job. Okay, let's try the forward roll now. If you are still feeling hesitant, don't worry. You can look at the picture and listen to the cues, and you'll be ready to try it later. If you are going to try it, make sure you have enough space in front of you. Stand up with your feet slightly apart. In this roll, make sure to tuck your chin to your chest. This will protect your neck. So let's practice that right now. Touch your chin to your chest. Good. Now you're going to bend your knees slightly. You're going to look through your knees and tuck your chin to your chest with your hands flat on the ground in front of your feet. Think about raising your bottom up and rolling forward, keeping your chin to your chest the entire time. Your forehead and the top part of your head will never touch the ground. The back part of your head may touch the floor, and then you'll use your momentum to stand up and stretch tall at the end. Remember, your arms and hands will stretch forward as you come out of the roll. All right, give it a try. Feet apart, knees bent, chin to your chest, hands flat on the ground, bottom up, roll forward, and then standing back up, reach with those arms and hands. Good. Try it one more time. Okay, the last roll we're going to do is a forward roll over a pillow. If you're still struggling with the forward roll, continue to practice it without the pillow. If you didn't practice the forward roll, you can go back to just rolling back and forth. But if you're ready, go ahead and find a pillow or a soft towel and then put it right in front of you. You will stand on one side of the pillow or the towel, and you'll place your hands on the other side, taking your weight onto your hands, keeping your chin tucked onto your chest when you're rolling, and focus on using your momentum to stand tall at the end. Good, and if some of you have practiced in the gym using a hula hoop, where you put your hands through the hoop, so kind of the same thing, just putting your hands on the other side of the pillow or towel or whatever you have on the floor. Awesome.
Well done, Lions. You practiced a bunch of different gymnastics rolls and you rocked it. Well done. Now, if you find that I'm going too fast, too slow, remember you have the ability to change it with this video. So if I'm going too slow, go ahead and fast forward. If I'm going too fast, push pause, keep practicing. It's kind of nice. You don't really have this ability at Newfield, so take advantage of it on these videos. Slow me down, speed me up, whatever works for you. Now, our muscles are warm, we've exercised, so this is a perfect time to increase your flexibility. So if you have some extra time, go ahead and do stretches, really increase that flexibility. Third and fourth graders, that will help with your sit and reach test. And I hope you had fun with me today, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great week.